Spontaneous speaking video number 16. Okay, so I'm currently in New York, in my grandfather's bedroom. I shouldn't be in here, but we're gonna do this anyway. It's the only place in the whole entire apartment that's quiet. Like, my apartment is so full, and it's just a mess. On top of that, it's the only place where I could actually do a video, even right now. Man, the way this chair, I literally took a chair from the living room, brought it up here, put it on the bed just to like set up a stand for my iPad right now. Goodness, I have to hurry up and get this video over with. But yeah, it is Christmas Day. Had a great service, had great dinner, and something happened today at service that I just wanted to address because it started putting me in my thoughts. And so I want to first off state that what happened in service, what I'm about to say and what I'm about to talk about, what happened in service, is not a form of gossip. It's not a form of trying to say anything bad about any of the people. It's just, it brought to my attention something that I see that happens a lot in society, and I just thought that I would address it. And I'm going to ask a question too, to ask some discussion. But as usual, I have to tell the backstory of what happened, so let me get into that. The people's names have been changed for their privacy, and if you can guess who they are, then don't be childish. So yeah, today during service, or after service actually, I was chilling, sitting down. Somebody was actually talking to me about school, the usual, and I'm trying to pay attention to them. But what had happened was, I see someone named Penny. She's chilling, and this girl named Denise walks over to her, and she's like, "Why were you talking about me? Or why have you been talking about me?" And I'm like, oh, so my attention immediately is over there, and instead of the little small talk that me and homeboy are having. So Penny and Denise are having their little argument right there. And the whole time, Penny is remaining calm, and she has this sort of look like I don't know what's going on, like, oh no, what do you mean? And I couldn't really make out what was being said, but Denise was not really like off the wall, but she was kind of like, like a little bit stern, but at the same time still calm. And all hell broke loose basically when Penny's sister turned around, and then Denise was like, "What are you looking at?" And all of a sudden, Penny lost her patience. She lost her cool, and she's like, "No, you're not gonna bring my sister into this," and blah blah blah. And then Denise started fighting, basically like trying to like swing and all of that. And me and Denise and Penny actually have a very good relationship. So I go and I try to like hold back Denise because she's really ready to fight. And the whole church is like, "Yo, yo, yo." And I'm like trying to push her back, and I'm trying to like hold her down and everything. She's really ready to hit Penny. And basically what happened afterwards is we were able to separate her, get into her room. And by the end of that, like, there was a lot of guys that were trying to like hold back Penny. I couldn't really make out like everyone because I was still like in the moment. But when we got into the room and we're like isolated, I'm trying to sit down Penny. I'm trying to sit down Denise. I'm sorry. Denise was the one that we isolated and everything, and the one that I was like pushing back. These names are so hard. But I'm trying to sit down Denise and talk to her like, yo, like, help her like understand, like, I understand where you're coming from. I was watching the whole thing, but this is where you probably should have went, like, you probably should have done better. This is what you did wrong. And, just calm her down. But there was a lot of other people in the room that was like trying to like say things like, like, oh man, like they're either instigating or they're asking like what happened, or they're like trying to comfort her, but that false, "Man, don't worry about it. Yo, you'll be all right. Like yeah, don't even mind her." Like that's basic information. That's basic advice in my opinion. And it was annoying to me because I feel like it wasn't getting to the root of the issue. And we can put a band-aid on something all the time, but eventually that band-aid's gonna have to like rip off so that you can allow the scar to heal. And well, not the scar, the cut to heal. And so basically, what came to mind was that I feel like, oh, and so essentially, actually, what happened was that one of the women from our church, she came in and she's talking about how she's gonna take Denise out to do this, and like she's basically really trying to be mediator. And this is nothing against the woman, by the way, but she even asked Denise like who like what her Denise's name was and everything, and she's like trying to like really act as like mediator, just like everybody else is trying to. And I'm just like sitting back observing, and I'm like, I even told the woman, I was like, Auntie, you don't know her. Like, I said it in a gentle manner. I was like, you don't know her. And she's laughing. She's like, yeah, I know I don't know her. But, like, I've been young before. I know how this is and everything. I don't even really know what's going on. But it's like, come on, but you don't know what's going on. Like, and I'm just thinking to myself, basically the whole title of this video, leave the mediating for the mediators. I'm not trying to say that, like, I'm better than anybody. I believe that we all have our skills. But I just believe that I was best suited for that situation to be able to take Denise off privately and speak to her and address the issues, what was going on, especially since I saw everything from the moment that it happened, as opposed to everybody else who did not see it. I do not know one other person who saw the whole thing like I did. And I know Denise and I know Penny very well. And so I would be able to give objective, kind of advice and still, just like create harmony in that way rather than people who are more like more one-sided and everything. And so my first question is, do you guys believe that I made the right decision in waiting, watching to see how things were like playing out before I intervened? Do you guys think I should have came in from the jump as soon as she came up? It was like, why were you talking ish about me? Or do you guys think that I should have even not got involved at all with like trying to hold her back and trying to like comfort her and all of that at the end? So that's my question for you guys. Like I want to like, discuss it. David's older sister, Rhoda, and David think that I should have been in the situation from the beginning. But I'm thinking like, oh, well, I thought that, like maybe like it could be handled by themselves, like it's none of my business, stuff like that. But they're like, no, the type of person that you are, and since you know them very well, like you should have went to be like, hey, what's going on here? Try to like help it out. I didn't want to be a meddler though, but yeah. So what do you guys think about that? And the last thing that I basically wanted to say, just for like the point of this video, is that if you see a fight going on and you're one of those people that rush to try and like pull the person off, or you rushing to like, try and like help the people, like just make sure that you know your intentions. There are people who literally just do that for show. Like everybody back up. It's all right. I got it. And they just want everybody to know, like, oh, I'm cool with the person who's in the fight. Look, I got this. Let me handle this. And, like, it's kind of like for show. It's kind of like for their own self-glory. It's kind of, like, hard to explain. But you guys know what I'm talking about. There's always those type of people in the fight. Everybody back up. It's all right. I got it. Are you okay? You good? Stuff like that. If you're one of those people, really check your motives. And I would say don't even jump into it. Leave it. Now, if you're one of those people who jumped in, like I believe that I jumped in today because I genuinely cared for both parties and I genuinely wanted the best. I wasn't trying to be nosy. I wasn't trying to be, looking for any type of trouble. I was really trying to create harmony, promote harmony. And I believe if you're one of those people, then definitely try and get involved when you see something like that going on, especially if you know the people. Like, if I didn't know Denise or Penny, or or both of them, I would not probably have got involved. I would have like left it to the other church members who were whatever. But since I knew both of them, then I felt like it was appropriate to jump in, as opposed to like some other people who don't even know Denise or Penny that well. They jumped in and they they just instigate or whatever the case may be. But lastly, leave the mediating for the mediators. Don't just come out and start pulling advice out of your butt to like give to people who just like got into a fight or, you know, are about to fight, especially while they're still hot-headed. Like, oh man, that should be all right. You know, like stuff like that, just to like, you know, kind of like be involved. Like you're trying to, it's like you're trying to find any way to be like, yeah, I was in this too, so that you can like gossip about it later or something. Like, don't be like one of those type of people. Like, genuinely try to dissolve situations like this. We don't need any more world star. We don't need any more type of. We just don't need schisms and static and all of that. Let's just all get along. Um, yeah, let's just get along. Why can't we be friends? Why? Why can't we just all get along? In fact, I think I know what my next video is going to be about. Done.